My name is Jamie McDonald. I'm an attorney with McDonald Law Offices. Our firm represents individuals in consumer bankruptcy cases throughout the entire state of Arizona. Today I'm going to discuss with you what to do if your Chapter 13 case gets dismissed. If your case gets dismissed, all of your creditors will be allowed to resume their collection activity against you. For example, if there is a loan secured by a vehicle that was being paid through the plan, the lender will be allowed to repossess the vehicle. If the plan was paying arrears on your home, once your case is dismissed, that lender will be allowed to proceed with the foreclosure or trustee sale process. If there was a trustee sale pending at the time that your Chapter 13 case was filed, the lender may be able to conduct the trustee sale on the next scheduled sale date. If there was no trustee sale scheduled when your Chapter 13 was filed, the lender will be required to file a notice of trustee sale at the county recorder's office. The sale will then be scheduled to take place 91 days later. The IRS and creditors holding judgments will be allowed to levy your bank account and garnish wages. You may be able to prevent these things from happening if you act quickly. Some of the options you may consider would be reinstating your Chapter 13 case. If you correct the problem that caused your case to be dismissed in the first place, you can seek reinstatement through the court. For example, if your case was dismissed for failure to make the plan payments and you cure that default, you can then ask the court to reinstate your case. If your case was dismissed for failure to file unfiled tax returns and you go ahead and file those returns, you can then seek the reinstatement of your case. If you will be seeking reinstatement of your case, you should act quickly, however. There have been instances where the court has denied the reinstatement request when the debtor simply waited too long to seek reinstatement of the case. You should act quickly. Another option you may have would be to file another Chapter 13 case. You have to consider something when you're looking at refiling, however. Under the current law, if you refile a Chapter 13 case within 12 months of a prior Chapter 13 case being dismissed, the automatic stay that protects you from your creditors terminates 30 days from the filing of the new case unless, within that 30-day period, you file a motion with the court asking the court to extend the stay. The court conducts a hearing during that 30 days and then enters an order extending the stay. Another option would be considering filing a Chapter 7 if your Chapter 13 had been dismissed. A Chapter 7 is a liquidation bankruptcy in which you attempt to get rid of as many of the debts as you can and simply get a fresh start. In order to file a Chapter 7, you're going to have to qualify financially. You're going to have to run the numbers on the means test, do a Schedule I&J, and verify that it would not be an abuse for you to file a Chapter 7. Another thing you have to look at is, can you file a Chapter 7 based on a prior bankruptcy? If you have filed a Chapter 7 in the 8-year period prior to the filing of the Chapter 13, or 8 years from the present time, and you received a discharge in that Chapter 7 case, you cannot refile a Chapter 7. You have to wait that 8-year period from the filing of the first case. If you file a Chapter 7, you will also have to look at issues regarding non-exempt assets. If you have some non-exempt assets and you file a Chapter 7, the Chapter 7 trustee will be authorized to liquidate those non-exempt assets and provide a dividend to your creditors. You may have issues in filing a 7 with regard to a vehicle that was being paid through your Chapter 13 plan. The lender will be allowed to repossess that vehicle unless you perhaps enter into a redemption agreement and refinance that vehicle. If you had a home and you were paying the pre-petition arrears through your Chapter 13 plan, and those arrears have not been paid off by the time your case was dismissed, your Chapter 13 case was dismissed, and then you turn around and file a Chapter 7, the lender will be allowed to proceed with the foreclosure process based on the default. So that is something you have to consider when you're looking at the Chapter 7 option. If you'd like to discuss any of these options with us, please give us a call at 480-968-3100.